Well met, lords and ladies. Jacob Butter speaking. Welcome back to the episode of... We still don't have an intro. Oh, and I still need to change the background. It's not Day of the Dead anymore, so... Gotta pick something else. Let's see. What have I got going on? I don't know. This. There you go. This is now our background, lords and ladies. Anyways, yes, you did. You did get that right. Yeah. I still need a. It would have meant if I actually had a payoff for that setup that you gave me, but oh well, it happens sometimes. Much like the thing that we reviewed yesterday, and hopefully not the thing we're going to review today. And that there is a segue. So, The Haunted Trail, FRIENDZ reboot. Now, I don't know. It's interesting that we came here because I said that after the next gacha review, the PPG one, I was going to go back and look at the rest of the Cursed series because I mean the Halloween special got me very curious about it. But as it turns out, I also said in that video that if there was some older shows on the channel, I would watch this first. This is the first video that exists on the iPodGirl channel. However, it's not the first, I think, to ever exist. It's a reboot, which implies to me that the original FRIENDZ series was created and then either unlisted and no playlists exist of it, or it was fully deleted. So, I don't know, because it says in the thing, this is bringing my role plays to a whole new level, it says in the description of this video, and we don't see the level that came before. But it was still a couple of years before Cursed started, so I'm guessing we're going to see some more evolution of the style. I have to like one particular clip for episode 2, and I was like, yeah, this is probably going to be a little bit more on the basic side. Excuse me for a second. There's a fan in there that I think people could actually hear. Anyways, let's see. What else have we got? Okay, that's it for the chat that probably should appear on screen. Apart from saying hello to Josh. I'm going to say hello to another person. Our usual guest, Aiden the Best.
You are late with the stream, sir.
Yeah, I don't know. Again, the setup took more longer than usual this time.
What were you doing during setup? Jeez.
Trying to turn on my microphone. Sometimes it didn't work this time. It worked fine for the call that I had with you earlier.
Yeah.
I also got very hungry, so I had to wolf down dinner very quickly before even starting.
Oh, so you got to eat like a normal person and eat at a normal rate.
Not really, no. Still,
you eat so slow. You're like, oh yeah, my 2.5 hour long dinner. Like, who eats for 2.5 hours?
Someone likes to take their time. You're giving the wrong impression of me because people are going to think that I eat like a lot now. No, I actually just...
I don't think you eat a lot. I just think you eat slow. Like, dang, dude. Like,
I know, just clarifying for people.
Like, doesn't your food get cold? Because cold food's terrible.
Cold food is terrible, but yeah, no, not really.
I hate cold
food. Also, dinner's like the time I get to actually, relax. Because I mean, a lot of the time when you're asking me for to do things, I don't really get to like focus on anything else. So I mean, I was there throughout the time I normally would use to like have a bath to actually go through an episode that I basically had to almost write single-handedly.
No, so, I wrote half of it.
That's not half.
It was half.
What do you mean you wrote half of it?
It's basically half. I wrote the first half.
Aiden, the scene that I did, it might be one scene, but it occupies like 3 times the length of the other ones.
Listen, if I wrote Greek mythology, you would be like, Aiden, that's not actually what happened. I'm like, oh.
Then I can just check it. It would be a much faster process.
Listen, I'm not good at writing Mrs. Dicer class scenes.
But yeah, like I like to take my time because usually I get to eat at like the end of the day. I put something on at the same time. Like it's a whole routine that I have going as well. Like not just. And also because like trying to like eat too quickly as well, if I haven't eaten for like a long time and the day is also like not very good for you anyway. So I did this knowing that I gave myself like a half an hour time to promote like the leave the stream promoted by YouTube itself so people can come here. And so yeah, here we are.
Who needs food?
I would have much rather not had to explain any of that, but there we go. So my private routines aside, let's get on with the actual episode because Junior's going to be here at some point as well. That's why I haven't filled up the other guest slots. Junior said, "Oh, it's going to be here after his buff." So we'll see when that happens. So yeah, without further ado, on with the review.
Ooh, wait, are we 2016? Was this made? Dang.
Yes.
We're going back in time.
I'm not
back in time.
I'm not sure if 206 is like a reference to the year itself because you would think.
What if they're referencing Sonic 06?
That would be 2006, and that would have an extra 0. Anyways, yes, this was a Halloween special too, which I guess maybe Josh either didn't know about or decided to show me the good version and get me hooked on the channel, which was successful.
And she was never seen or heard from again.
The camera moved.
Indeed, it did. Wait, I swear if this has the Herobrine lore, then I am going to die. What? A Herobrine lore in 2016? What Minecraft YouTuber would be so unoriginal as to do that? Oh, blimey, is that the time? Right.
Did I hear Herobrine? He's my favorite. No. I think Herobrine's overrated.
I mean, honestly, I think he was overrated in his time, and now just obviously fade into obscurity. So probably underrated nowadays.
Yeah.
You call that a scary story?
Oh God, her eyes.
Oh, that was a flubbed line there. Do I detect a lack of script or a lack of rehearsal?
I think it's lack of rehearsal. Like, remember that time I accidentally included both line reads for Thanatos and Fallen Angels? It was for the
Look, I had a very old Herobrine lore story about a bunch of teens that go to summer camp and then weird things happen because of Herobrine. Oh, my one was just the original version of the last log of Tertius Hazelwick, which I then changed and rebooted to have a different villain altogether, whose name was Robert.
Is Herobrine canon to the Butterverse? I don't think so.
No, because that original version is not the canon one. The reboot one is. That's why I did make a distinction, because they are different stories and they have a different script to them.
Should we make a version of Herobrine in the Butterverse?
I don't see the point, really.
For the lulz. Half of what I do is for the lulz, dude. You should know this.
Okay.
Oh.
I mean, I do have this very old fanfic on Wattpad from 2016. There was actually a fanfic I made of the Tale of Kingdoms series by Pulsarius Jr., which was also
Sir Niconorth is a fanfic of Pulsarius Jr.'s thing.
Which was the inspiration for Sir Niconorth, is what I was going to say.
Inspiration, plagiarism, they're basically the same thing.
We made that joke a lot in the call.
Yeah, we were going over Greek mythology, and at one point we talked about like the first woman was someone who basically had a lot of knowledge and ended up causing catastrophe by
gave into temptation and doomed humanity as a result of it.
Yeah, and then there was another story where there was a flood because of Zeus. Yeah, so plagiarism. If you can't come up with something original, plagiarize it.
So anyway, back to what I was saying. The thing with that fanfic is that it actually was like a continuation from 10 years later. So potentially, I want to adapt that once Sir Niconorth finishes. I want to adapt that idea into a different Butterverse series. There will be a sequel series to it with a different main character, and that series did actually feature Herobrine. It was supposed to feature more, but it sort of like hinted at him at first. That he like makes a brief cameo. He wasn't the main antagonist at all. there's a lot that's going on there, but I can go over I'll go over the details at some other point, because clearly every time I say a slightly deviating sentence, we're going to be it turns into a different conversation. So I'm just going to leave it at that.
So about Hero
Think you
No, I'm kidding.
think you can do better?
I hate how their
Yeah.
heads aren't bobbing. How do you
I mean, okay,
do you
I
even
guess.
Minecraft roleplay, bro?
Okay then, go for it. Okay, hope it's not too scary for you.
This is definitely the same person doing both these voices. Like, you can tell, like, I mean, there's a different pitch for some of them at sometimes, like trying to do a variation, and then suddenly that line, it's just clearly the same voice for both of them now. An attempt was made at first, and then it just ended up diverting. Okay. Although I do think this could be these do remind me of the characters from Cursed, actually. I don't know if it's one of those Minecraft channels that does that recycles the characters from different things and then puts them in other universes and has different stories associated with them. But who knows? And yes, I do agree they do sound like your voice. That's the clip I heard for episode 2 to check if it was like episode 2 of the reboot of the original. Actually, it does sound a lot like you.
Oh my god,
That was this
KW,
character
you were
here,
in that?
Blondie. I thought that was me. That was me for a second. KW, I found your secret channel.
Nah, it's just secret work she's did when she was when she like was sleepwalking. She just picked up a mic, joined a Discord server, and just joined someone's team.
Yeah, it's like that one voice acting gig that every voice actor has that they talk about.
Yeah.
Speaking
of voice acting gigs that involve KW, coming out this Saturday, the next episode of Mini Miss and Mrs. Dysart.
Yay! Okay. I'm wondering what my thing that I don't talk about is. I guess it must be like the podcast that I mentioned with Emily that one time when I was Peter Pan.
No.
I guess. I know what yours is. Yours is definitely the Deku comic dub. That's the one you don't talk about.
It's fine. It got more views than most of that stuff I'm in. It has 31K views right now. Listen. It's weird. It's weird. The time was in a comic dub that got really popular.
Yeah. Like, I'm not saying it was a bad performance. I'm just saying that you don't like to talk about it.
I mean, I don't really talk about it because I don't know much about My Hero Academia, so I don't really know what to add about it. I'm gonna be honest.
It showed because you clearly weren't directed to pronounce certain character names differently. I think you said Ida as Lida or something like that because you thought the first I was an L or something to that effect.
No,
I don't remember exactly.
Like Uraka wrong, I think.
Probably as well. Yeah, like that.
I don't know. Listen, yeah. Hey, but it's on the stuff I'm in.
Yeah,
channel.
Which by the way,
playlist on my channel if you want to check it out, guys. It is there.
Yeah, and also not your fault. That's on the director to tell you about that as well.
Do I know how to My Hero Academia? No, because that's not really an anime I watch. Although, speaking of animes I watch, you know what anime I've been watching recently?
Sure. Once again, deviating conversation, different topic. But yes, go ahead.
Very important. I'm in love with the villainist.
Okay.
So, this main character, Ray Taylor, basically gets reincarnated into one of her favorite dating sims, right? But she's
I think I've seen this one.
But she's in love with the villainess, who's like the bully mean girl character. And then she's just unabashedly in love with her. And then the villainess is like, what? What do you mean you're in love with me? And she's like, bully me harder. Step on.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I haven't seen this one.
Yeah,
the one that I've seen
it's just funny.
As the actual villainess. That's the one I've seen.
Yeah,
Never mind.
It's in that vein, but it's slightly different. It's really good, guys. I seriously recommend you check it out. It's really good. I don't know. It's like very gay. Very gay, and I love it.
I see.
I mean, it's specifically a lesbian romance, but I still love it. And also, I relate with Ray, ironically, because Ray talks about how none of her crushes ever felt the same way about her. And
I wonder why.
And they thought it was weird if they ever knew that she liked them like that. And then I'm like, oh, I feel the same with all my crushes. My crushes never liked me back. Anyways, yeah. I don't know. I relate with it.
We've all had our fair share of crushes that haven't liked us back. Honestly.
Yeah. Okay. Listen, but it's worse when you know they literally can't like you back, no matter what you do. No matter what you do, even if Like, it's not even like they don't like you as a
Believe it or
person,
not,
they're not
I've been in that
attracted to you.
situation as
Oh,
well.
really?
Yeah.
Dang. Ha! Ha!
It's just
It's
it's just
very
the reverse. Yeah. It's like,
yeah.
you know.
Listen, it's not fun. It's like, oh, it's not even like you can have the ability to like me at all. You don't have that ability. It's like, no.
Yeah, it's like it's like one of them happened to be Ace, another one. And I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure one of them was a lesbian. I don't know. I can't remember. Yeah.
Dang. Oof. Anyways, but yeah, I'm in love with the villainous. Go check it out. I think they have episode 1 through 5 out right now, and it's like, oh, it's so good so far. And it's a simultaneous dub, by the way. Like the dub and the Japanese version are coming out at the same time, and it's like, yes, I recommend watching the dub. The dub's really good. The dub is really good.
Very well. Okay.
I prefer dubs.
Oh, I wonder if there's a Spanish dub.
You probably could look it up because I know it's a simultaneous dub. I know there's an English dub and like the obvious original translation in Japanese. So
okay, well,
there may be a Spanish dub out as well. So who knows?
Okay, I will look into that.
I think it's on Crunchyroll. Pretty sure. I forget.
I just noticed that like while we were talking about anime, the rest of the chat has gone into a whole discussion about Encanto. Which, by the way, since we talked about that and we talked about Bruno, ironically, I still have this. I never got rid of it. It's
oh my god. And I wouldn't say it's really adult KW. I mean, they don't really go that far with anything. There's just a lot of flirting and a lot of awkward jokes where she's like, "Oh, I'm so."
Oh, we're talking about the anime again, not Encanto, right? I was gonna say because
I was just addressing KW. It's not. It's actually not adult anime at all, really. I mean. Yeah, there isn't really any adult content. Like she just kind of flirts and then gets bullied, and then Claire tries to bully her, but then she's like, "I love you," or I don't know. At one point, she steps on her foot. It's like, "Oh, ha ha ha! I thought it was a bug," and then she's like, "Harder," and then she's like, "What? If you're gonna step on me harder." It's like, you know,
if I had to guess,
it's not really that extreme.
If I had to guess, you saying "step on me" constantly when talking about this anime might not be the best way of selling your points.
It was only one joke, to be fair. I'm just highlighting it.
Okay, fine.
Ray is fine with the bullying. She's like, okay, bully me, sure. I like you anyways. I still like you.
And then of course the villainess is like, you're challenging my bullying. I must hone my craft. Fine.
And she just gets so flustered. Because basically whenever she gets bullied, talking about anime.
Yeah, there's a therapist appointment in her future, hopefully.
Yeah, I mean, you know, Claire also has issues for what I've seen from some brief manga spoilers. I'm not gonna say them out.
Claire, do you mean is Claire the villainous character?
Yeah, Claire's the villainous.
Well, yeah, of course she has.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
I don't know. It's one of those funny anime things where it's like, you know how like, okay, so the game she's in has a set way where it's like she's supposed to fall in love with one of 3 princes who each of them are very stereotypical in their own way. You have the flirt, you have like the cute soft guy, and you have like the stoic cold guy, right? You have like the 3 stereotypes. But obviously, she's not into men, and she only likes the villainous. So, you know, she just kind of goes with the flow of the villainous, just disregarding the game.
That she falls for villainous in the dating sim? Because that's the only female character you interact with?
Nah, there are other ones, but she just loves the villainous for some reason.
Oh, okay, fair enough then.
But, like, yeah, that's one of the things, like, I don't know, it's just kind of funny seeing how she breaks the game by not actually wanting to be at the princess. Like, the game...
That reminds me of a Pro ZD sketch, actually. Where it's all about like you're only interested in one character in a dating sim, so ignore everyone else. It's like, hey, Tomoko-chan, do you want to hang out? No. But it's like, but you're like, just not even a little.
No, but I mean, but imagine that sketch, but only you're just in love with one of the random side characters that isn't even meant to be a love interest. Like you're just like, oh, hello, best friend character who is barely around and is just
hello, Tomoko.
Me.
TV senpai, it's you. Listen, I have a lot of homework to do. God, he's so mysterious.
Anyways, go watch I'm in Love with the Villainous. It's amazing. Best anime.
I wonder if Pro CD is in the anime. You know, imagine they just like it took the inspiration from him and it's like, hang on, this seems a bit familiar. While he's surprise recording. Anyway,
so yeah, enough anime.
Yes, it is.
I love.
Finally, someone gets it.
Okay, so if the FNAF movie. So what did you think of that one character in the movie? No, I'm kidding.
Oh,
Looks
hey,
like
look,
a
check out this
Shaggy
Minecraft
Purple
video we're
Man.
supposed to be watching.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, so once upon a time, there was this girl.
Ooh.
Everyone
Scary.
died. Wow, that wasn't even an actual. That wasn't even a story. At least I told an actual.
There was
Okay,
this
it's enough
That wasn't
girl
even an
in
actual.
a-
That wasn't even a flubbed line. Actually, it was.
campfire stories for one night.
What?
Well,
Dang.
Yeah, that's enough camps. Yeah, it's like a gacha video. You got to speed through the stuff that would actually take up time in real
Blah
life.
blah 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 blah. Okay, teacher's like, okay, class, take a seat. Blah 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 blah. Okay, class, that's the bell. Now go. Like, dang.
Like I know that the Peanuts is an old franchise, but I am very surprised that not at least one gacha tuber out there has seen it and has replicated the teacher sound, like the trumpet, while the teacher is talking. I've not seen that in any gacha videos.
But hey, no, at least in the at least like when it comes to certain stuff, in that case, I don't know, like at least with it's implying their words being said with the trumpet noise. Like, by the way, the students are applying when the teacher says blah blah blah. It's not even implying that what the teacher's saying. It's just I don't want to actually teach a lesson, so blah 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 blah. You know?
Okay, all right then.
Like, honestly, I would do what I did for running a few for one part, where I briefly mentioned, like, a historical concept. So, like, today we'll be talking about the Great Depression or something like that, and then just fade down, like, bam.
I'm so glad I slow cooked chili this morning. I had no idea I'd descend into a burnout leaving chili takes always hits spot when it's burned out and it tastes better. Oh, it's a good point. I forgot to mention that. Yeah, preparing food. That's not going to take so long sometimes.
I'm gonna go get the marshmallows from our tent.
I'm gonna
Keep an eye on the
some
fire,
marshmallows.
okay? Okay, whatever. It's not like it's gonna go anywhere.
What?
Well, we don't
I
want
mean,
it
you
to
may burn down the
spread.
forest.
What? You think Smokey the Bear is gonna jump out and eat me because?
No, a forest fire is gonna break out.
I'm noticing that these cuts between the characters linger on for a little bit. Like they linger on like at the beginning. There's like a pause before the line actually starts, which says to me that this might have been recorded in like one go while the video was playing potentially.
Oh my god, that's probably what was happening. Or maybe
Yeah, because that's what I used to do, like like almost a decade ago. Which I suppose this is almost a decade ago now, but you know, give or take 3 years.
was
You looked
7
away
years.
from
God.
Yes.
for a second to get stuck. Only you can prevent forest fires.
I hate on Montone's performances. Oh, okay. Now what? I thought you went to go get the thing.
So,
Okay, so for somebody who doesn't use CMD cam, that was actually like a decent attempt at a panning shot, like having to keep the mouse like really steady and have it not
To
lag.
be fair, I don't think CMD cam was a thing at this time. Or maybe it was.
Oh, well, all the more reason.
I think that was like a 2017 thing.
what are we doing?
Yeah, bear in mind that iPodGirl will go on to like show those like incredible shots in the Cursed Halloween special. So again, we're gonna get to that point. We're gonna see the evolution.
Tomorrow. Not sitting on my Instagram again, cat. What?
Cat. Okay, this is the same character. These are the same people. Remember that the blonde girl in Curse was called Cat. So it's the two sisters from that
the same?
series. Well, the designs changed a little bit, but I mean, you have a blonde character called Cat next to a brunette character in a camping site. I feel like it's a very close correlation from the same creator. Just saying.
I was just updating my status. We're supposed to be camping. Okay, fine. We should go hiking.
At least now you can get signal out here.
They have a hiking trail here.
Oh yeah, let's go hiking in the dark. That can't go wrong.
Exercise.
That's your complaint. Oh, exercise. Not, hey, it's the middle of the night. Okay.
Cat does, yeah, I think that's a good point, yeah, because Cat in Cursed was actually, you know, super terrified of every sound. She was only freaked out and, like, ran up and clung onto a tree. Clearly, in her physical prime, for certain. So, I'm guessing maybe that's like a different version of the character that's in, like, different personality, because obviously, you know, nature versus nurture. You're going to evolve in a different way. I mean, it's possible that the character of Cat will become more consistent towards what we saw later on, or just like a, you know, how Aphmau characters, for example, would do, where we get like the same ideas of them in every iteration. Or maybe not. Maybe this is just maybe the scaredy cat was just for cursed. We'll find out. Oh, okay, we've got the sin counter now. I'm fine with them not having more VAs. I prefer more of an effort put into the differences in each voice. Yeah, exactly. Like I know it's not always easy to do like different voices, but yeah, like the things that I do, for example, that's come from tenacity of me thinking like, okay, I can't be cast in like the same role every single time. I've got to like vary this up, and also just doing like random goofy impressions for most of my life. So I understand it's not exactly the easiest thing in the world, but again, at the start of this, we had a little bit of like brunette character's name I've forgotten sounded a bit deeper versus Cat had a higher pitched voice, but I guess that was immediately dropped. Got to see a little bit more of that. As Junior said he's coming on, he made to check on him. He was having a rough day. Well, last I checked, he was in a bath, so I'm not sure if I can check on him, but I will message him. Let's see. He might not see it, is what I meant to say. Oh, okay. All right, got the message. We'll see what happens. He's probably not feeling it today if he had a rough day. Well, I mean, he asked me twice, actually. He was told to go look after his brother, so he had to decline at one point, and then apparently didn't have to, so came back. So clearly he was feeling it. So I don't know.
Grow up. It's getting late. Okay, yeah, well, I guess you're right. It is getting late.
I thought you were going hiking.
Yeah, well, it's getting late. If you're a guest, I can take his place and I'll check on him. You're talking about what happened today. If you're going to check on him, how are you going to take his place?
Go check on him.
Burnouts are so dumb. I've had such a good day. I was excited to get anything tonight, and then boom, burnout. Yeah, understandable. But again, you can afford to take a break. You gotta make it all the time. Anyway, oh, that's the thing, Bomb. We're both logical beings, so there you are. Jinxed again.
I'm tired. Ella, are you awake? What do you want? Did you hear that?
Okay,
wow,
I have
the mutant girl did this 4 years later, but shush.
Okay, wait, here's the thing. I have beef with the way this is visually being presented, because you know what? I didn't realize what they're doing. They're not using CMD cam. They're using custom PCs and just posing them.
Yes, they are.
And they're just basically having a screenshot of them, and it's so boring visual wise.
Is it a screenshot, or are they actually
not a screenshot's a recording, but basically a screenshot. You know what I mean?
Okay.
That? Probably just an animal. Go to sleep. I don't know about this.
I think it's because, like, since they're not bobbing their heads or anything, you notice them being like much more still than they normally would be, because you just have the idle animations otherwise.
Yeah.
I probably also like the camera framing. It's more of a case of just the characters. Although now that I think about it, the use of custom NPCs and one person voicing both of these characters, it seems to me this was just done by one person who is putting in the effort to make sure that there's two characters to interact with each other. Let me just check in the description. Yeah, there's no credited voice actors or anyone else that was listed as helping out with this. So I think this was all just iPodGirl.
Dang.
Yeah. So there's your answer.
This is why you have a team. Or anyone else.
Exactly. Just, yeah. I mean, yeah, even Heartpoint Family Farm, I know that you like limited your scenes to 2 people to start off with, but you did actually have at least another person there.
Yeah.
But, I can't help but relate. I, too, in 2016, was trying to do Minecraft roleplays, and no one wanted to help out. Like even my actual friends who actually did have Minecraft, because it was impossible to coordinate with them. So yeah, that's and that was around the same. That was the exact same year. 2016 was Last October's Hazelwick with the Herobrine version. That was actually the first time I got someone else involved in a Minecraft roleplay, because the original 4 Just Pascal was just me trying to improvise the story and using and using text, because again I hadn't worked out the voices of the characters. So this is a better setup than anything I came up with, because I also was terrible at installing different mods and hadn't heard of custom NPCs yet.
How long is this video?
I don't know. It's like 6 minutes, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah, 6.5 minutes.
Okay, that's not the worst. And like those will be like, please don't tell me this video is like 7
It's like
minutes.
it's like, oh yeah, we're almost done. But come on, not all of us can start with a team and good mods and cameras and shit.
Okay, I didn't necessarily. Did I start with a team? I mean, I guess my first official roleplay. I don't know. Listen, I'm just saying.
Now I'm doing Minecraft reviews. Maybe I should review some of the Heartpoint variations at some point.
Sure, but they're cringe. One day I'll return to the story and finish it.
Yes, I'm fully aware, because you've actually called me a few times about helping with that over the years. So yeah, I can fully believe that. Anyway, we kind of just stare at each other, and then the moose just. Oh, hold on. I had to start this off. Okay, so Canada story time. Speaking of camping, I was camping out one long time ago, a long way away from my house. I was trying to sleep, and I hear these really loud stomps. This is the camping ghost story that Kat should have told before. But anyway, so I sit up and look out the tent, and I go down to the water. I was on a small little island thing, and there was just a moose like a few meters away from me drinking the water. We kind of just stare at each other, and the moose just bolts into the water and swims away to the mainland. That's the most I've been scared in my life. Yeah, I can understand that.
I was so scared I forgot to scream.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to join us, but to take this long. Something's up. Oh, we'll tell you what, KW. Why don't you ask the man himself?
Why don't you call him?
Is my mic unmuted?
Oh, wait, you're here.
Yes, it is.
I thought you died.
Is my mic unmuted?
Yes.
Okay, yes, it is.
Yes, your mic is unmuted.
I'm a little half blind here right now. Where's? Dang, I left my mask in my other pants.
I mean, why do you need you don't even have face cam? Why do you need your mask?
I mean, he's saying if he wants to turn on his face cam, he can't because he doesn't have his mask.
Okay.
Wait,
I do have my other mask that's somewhere here.
Right.
Oh yeah. Hold on, I'm getting my other mask.
Okay. Anyways, back to the video.
Yes, that's the video.
Stella, I've got a bad feeling. Cat, come with me. Are you crazy?
Why are you holding a candle?
I'm gonna prove to you that there's nothing out there. Now,
yeah, I'll prove to you there's nothing out there while there's clearly the sun has come out. Look at that.
Don't pay attention to the light coming outside the tent.
Pay no attention to the celestial body behind the curtain.
grab a flashlight. Fine, right behind you.
That's not a flashlight. That's a candle.
Well, maybe the mod didn't have. I see. Now that I think about it, yeah, if the mod didn't have it, why would you say flashlight in the script?
Don't.
That's a weird thing. Yeah, that's a writing thing.
There's nobody out here. Ella.
Behind you.
Being a baby cat. Come on, let's go to sleep now. Ella, if I were you, I'd just
what?
a dream.
Oh. What?
Oh, for crying
What
out
happened?
loud.
We didn't even see anything, Ella. If I were you. Oh, okay.
We didn't see or hear anything at all. What?
We didn't even hear.
What was
What?
supposed to have?
What? You didn't have a demon just pop out or something, like put a demon touch him and see go roar, do a FNAF style.
The scariest monsters of all are the ones you can't see or hear.
I know they say like
or smell or
Mr.
touch, or interact with in any way whatsoever.
I know they say, like, you know, monsters are scarier the less you know about them, but you have to know something about them. Like, a page of information is required for that to work. You can't know absolutely nothing, not even see them, don't even know what they look like or what they can do or what they sound like, and then be like, yep, this is scary.
We're watching something about Haunted Trail on they los whatever it is. I'm trying to say it in Spanish because I'm taking Spanish class.
Okay. Oh, all right then. Fine. Go on then.
Jacob, say it in the language of sexy.
Okay. El camino encantado, I guess. would be
Yeah.
the- All right then.
Listen. Oh.
Yeah, and there you go. The sun is
Miracles.
well and truly out.
Not really. It's kind of cloudy out, but.
Cat, wake up. It's morning. Still sleepy.
How did she end up in that position in the tent?
I guess she tossed and turns. Also, by the way, why are they laying on the grass? Okay, keep in mind, we're talking 2016, so normally it wouldn't be like, oh, what do you mean they couldn't sleep on anything? One, they have a mod, which I'm pretty sure they have sleeping bags in that one mod they're using stuff from. But even if there wasn't sleeping bags, put carpet on the floor. Put like 2 little things, carpets where they're laying down. Put 2 little carpets where the other person's laying down. Bam.
Yeah, and I forget if carpets were added in 2016.
And I'm
But
pretty
say
sure they
that-
were.
Okay, well say they weren't for the sake of argument. I'd say I would have replaced the grass blocks underneath with blue wool to say that, to imply that, you know, the tent, which of course would have to be lifted up anyway, you know, but had actually just had a bottom to it.
I mean, yeah, the tents I've been in have a floor. Have a little floor.
And yes, Bon, it's over. You can open your eyes. The nothing has.
It was so scary. You know, the monster was so scary. I couldn't even see it, but I was terrified. I didn't even hear it. I didn't see it. I didn't even feel it or smell it or do anything with it. But I'm terrified.
Yeah. But how did you know it was coming? I didn't. The nothing coming soon to iPodGirl.
Aiden, you know how you were saying, oh, why are they sleeping on glass? I had to sleep on a hardwood floor. What would you take, grass or hardwood floor?
Hardwood floor.
Is that the hardwood floor while camping?
Yes.
Wait, what, really?
Why?
Because I didn't bring a bed like everyone else.
That's horrible.
Oh.
But no, I'd rather sleep on a hardwood floor. You know why? I don't have to deal with dirt or mud or bugs.
Or literal bed bugs.
Also, on the first day of the camp, I made a stupid decision by sleeping on the stairs.
Why the stairs?
I thought it'd be more comfortable.
I don't.
I
I don't think that's how that works, but okay.
We have seen snakes, an owl, and a scorpion. Any one of those would have been a better payoff to that dream.
Wait, they could have just summoned. Wait, why didn't iPodGirl just summon in a mob or something? Even a vanilla mob, like a creeper, would have been better.
Oh yeah, definitely. A creeper would have been like for, I guess. Oh wait, no, customer PCs. I was gonna say it'd be very hard to control, make sure it doesn't like blow up while you're filming. But actually, no. At customer PCs, you can.
No, you can just place it down and just record it in creative mode.
Okay, yeah.
Hey, get up! Don't make me get the water bucket. All right, you win.
Also, I don't like her skin. You know why? Her skin's poorly made. For starters,
Which one? Cat or brunette?
Cat.
Okay.
Her shoulders have blue stuff, and like the sides of her like the chest part of her skin
Anywho, grab some
also are
breakfast.
blue.
We're going hiking.
Okay,
See,
here we
look,
go. Just want to put it on screen.
you can't really tell from this angle, but the sides of her chest and the sides of her arms have the blue stuff, and like the shoulders also on the top of the shoulders, she also has the blue.
I just realized Cat looks like a girlfriend, as in from the girlfriend mod.
Probably is.
I think she's an edited version though, because that's why there's so many inconsistencies with the skin. Well, not with the skin, but with the outfit coloration.
I see. I can explain it. Quite honestly, actually, back in the day, I should have thought to use the boyfriend or girlfriend mod. That would have helped me, like, build my roster of companions from back in the day.
What, you trying to get a harem?
No, I needed more characters in my things. I don't know if you noticed, Aiden, but as a writer, I write a bunch of things with characters in them. Like that was true even back then, because I'd already written Erasmus the Elf by the time I was doing those Minecraft role plays. So having to just do things like by myself, fortunately enough, because I was a big Paul Sawyer's Jr. fan, I already had to practice like seeing someone interact with just like mobs and try to like give them personalities and agency incentives and all of that stuff. But that didn't always work, especially when in Fortress Pascal, where everything was like out to get me. Yeah. Also, apparently it is the girlfriend mod. Okay.
Okay, let's continue.
Yeah, fair enough.
Put that away. You don't need that for hiking. Oh, but put it away. I know you'll be on my Instagram the whole time if I don't make you leave it here. You need to have fun.
Oh yeah, sure. Leave your phone, somewhere while you go hiking. Nothing bad can happen in that situation.
Does she at least have her phone? Because if she's leaving her phone, they're about to get murdered in the woods, and no one will find their bodies for a while.
I'm just heavily judging the voice acting. I'd say it could be better.
Mm-hmm. We said before that both characters sound like KW.
They do. They do.
Yeah, not to like. I'm not saying that's an addition to what you say about bad voice acting. That was not a bad voice actor. I'm just saying.
The voice is
the similarity.
The voice sounds similar.
Yeah.
Something other than social media. Ugh, you sound like my mom.
Actually, it probably is the same voice.
You sound wait. You sound like my mom. Do you mean your mom? Like, okay.
You know who else you sound like? My mom!
It's like, that's your mother, too.
My mom abandoned me a year ago.
Oh.
I'm sorry to hear that.
That's kind of depressing. Moving on.
Yep.
All right. I just remembered what this guy's name is. Ella.
Under my umbrella, Ella, I
also remember I have a light here. I just start using that more. There you go.
Also, by the way, one thing I don't like about Ella's skin, why is the skin textured? Like, seriously, texturing
why not,
clothes
honestly?
Makes sense. But I think when people texture their skin like this, it's ugly. It looks bad. Because the way the pixels are very obvious with how they're doing it. Since when you're doing it in such a uniform pattern like this, it doesn't look like it's gradually changing. It looks more like they have little squares and it looks bad texturing wise. I don't think it's good actually like texturing the skin tone.
I guess when you don't have HD skins, it's difficult to pull that off effectively.
Yeah, I just don't think it's good to texture the non HD skin, the skin tone itself. Like texturing the clothes makes sense, but texturing the skin itself, do not texture the skin tone.
You're saying maybe she has tan skin or something.
Alright,
and like that, you'd have to like dot yourself with sun cream at like different parts of your body, just so those don't tan and everything else does in patches.
In this case, I think the skin itself's textured to give the skin quote unquote depth, like lighting depth, where it's like, oh, you're walking, but when the light's hitting you in a certain way, it makes your skin look brighter and darker in certain areas, but like that doesn't work when your skin's always like that.
Did he do that in the game?
Yeah, but like I think that's the implication. It's like, oh, look, the skin looks more detailed and it's not just a flat color, but I think it looks better as a flat color.
Okay.
It looks kind of like a mess like this. Anyways, yeah. Also, how are they gonna hike? They can't even walk.
What makes you say they can't walk?
They can't walk. Okay, the creator can't show walking.
I'm pretty sure one of the basic things you can do with custom NPCs is have them walk.
They can't. I mean, maybe if no. Well,
I mean, I will say this: Squire Banquo is a custom NPC.
I mean, okay, you can have them follow you, but here's the thing about them following you: they're very fast. If you go too fast, they will teleport.
then
But-
don't go fast.
No, but if you go too slow, they will catch up to you and go into the camera, which is from your perspective.
Then don't go
Therefore, oh my god, Jacob! Okay, Jacob. The point being, if you don't go at the perfect speed, they're either going to be teleporting constantly, or they're going to be constantly going to the camera.
If I were in iPodGirl situation here, that's what I would be doing. I would be trying to find out like the perfect speed. There's actually also Minecraft commands that you can use to artificially slightly slow down your speed, or slowness potions. Those work too.
I mean, honestly, what I would do is not have walking be an integral part if you're having trouble showing walking. Is what I'm saying. Don't have it be a part of the narrative if it's gonna be a bit more difficult to pull off with your style.
I get the feeling you're saying that because again we were just talking about that in call. But anyway,
Yes.
not like
Sorry, I disappeared for like 1 second just to check something on Discord.
okay. You
okay.
don't have to. You don't have to leave Restream to check something on Discord.
Actually, the way I'm doing
He's
it,
on
I do have to
Xbox.
leave Restream. No, I'm not on Xbox. I'm on my temporary phone.
Oh, okay.
And see, I add it doesn't send me to Google. It sends me to a overlap over top of Discord. So when I check something on Discord, I have to leave the Restream.
Okay. All right then.
Going on? Okay, well, I gotta close the
Oh,
tent.
now you show
Full of
walking.
Yes. Now she shows walking.
Bugs by the time we get
You
back.
couldn't show it earlier.
They didn't really have to go too many places.
There was several movement options. Like when they went in the woods at night, they didn't walk out to the woods. They just teleported to the middle of the woods where they were standing there, and then nothing happened. And then when earlier in the video, when Ella said, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna go get something. Watch the fire," and then she proceeded to not go anywhere because the screen just cut to a different angle where they're just both sitting there and nothing happened. So
I get the
yes,
impression that if you had this script in Gacha Life 2, you'd done the exact same thing for the exact same reason.
I would have at least had the character walk away or had a sound effect of them walking away.
Sound effects, that's a good point, yeah.
I wouldn't just be like, okay, here is a shot where the character is still like, I'm gonna go away. Cuts to a wide shot of them just standing with the character, assuming that they walked away, and I just cut that part out completely, and I cut them coming back. Like, what's the point of saying, I'm gonna go somewhere, and then never actually having the character leave the scene for even a minute or a second? That's...
Yeah, with the sound effects, this would have helped, but the implication was that they would have had to move by this point.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Look, it's just... This is bad, okay?
There's a thing called cameras you can use. Actually, we talked about this before, William. That might not have been a thing around this time. This is 2016. Not sure, but there could have been something out there, but there weren't as many, and they definitely weren't as popular. All well known. Also,
they're walking too fast for the camera.
And yeah, that's another thing you can do is set an NPC path.
Oh my god.
Yeah, the solution here actually would have been to set like points where the NPC actually rests, like set different like waypoints on the path. So
or
they have
several
to
different
stop.
camera angles of them walking from different angles.
That too.
Going fully cinematic.
That too. Okay, so apparently there were cameras around this time. Okay.
I am pretending I understand this.
We both got our starts with Minecraft roleplays.
Oh, they're in creative mode. They could. Spectator mode was all the way. Was
yeah,
like
they're
back
bumping
in
into leaves.
2015.
Oh.
Yeah, I forgot when spectator mode was actually added.
I think
Like
was.
2015.
Yeah, it was in this game. The point.
Okay.
My feet.
Actually, that's a good point. Spectator mode actually would have been a good way because actually that means you can possess the characters and look from like their point of view.
I don't think that works with custom PCs. That's not how that works.
Oh, dang it. Okay. Do you think the guy who actually analyzes Minecraft animations would be in this VC? Yeah, remember, 2 guests maximum. That's the rule. Cat is fourth wall breaking. Yeah, that's the thing with NPCs. They're programmed to look at you a lot of the time.
Hurt. Yeah, well, I'm hungry. Let's sit for a moment and eat.
Okay. Here's the issue. Up until now, we've had you know,
They didn't
left,
even
right,
walk
justified
very
shots.
far.
We've had left, right, justified shots so far of both Ella and Kat at different points, so that way we always know who's talking. When they're speaking to each other, and they sound the same. Has anyone heard of Peter Pan by Phoenix Games?
No.
Okay.
Never.
All right. So Phoenix Games released a bunch of games. Well, I say games. They were one of those companies that would use the excuse of just
It's
like
a licensed
like
game,
very,
therefore it does not be good.
well, they were all knockoffs, but basically they used the excuse of that, you know, just like very, very simple puzzles, coloring in, stuff like that, just excuse, like very bare minimum stuff to have an excuse to release their content on PlayStation and also PS2, I think, at some point. But their main they actually made movies, or I say movies. A lot of them were like 6 minutes long. Some of them, you know, the Dingo Pigs. But anyway, the Peter Pan one.
Wait,
not
they
the
made.
Dingo
Oh, I
Pigos, don't know who
forgot
was
they
actually
collabed
made-
with them.
Yeah, there you go.
I,
Yes.
oh lordy, I
Icons,
hate
my
to
God.
stumble upon one of those movies or games.
I would love to. They are legendary in their own right. Obviously, I want to know what I'm looking for first. I don't want to be like duped into buying it. Obviously, that was like the plan, because they were all like knockoffs of, you know, of movies that had to come out that year, like, you know, like Disney stuff, Don Bluth things, etc., that were like made very quickly to get out before the movies actually came out themselves, or just slightly after. They didn't have those things, so they were based on like the original versions of them. So it wasn't like the story was a rip off, but everything else, like the designs, were in their own very lazy way. Peter Pan,
Just watch there being a
great,
knockoff
but
Tetris.
Peter Pan was already like hugely well known and also, you know, public domain, so it's not like they were getting in trouble for it, even though they did use the Disney designs as inspiration. Again, inspired, but just. But yeah, but the point I was trying to get with like Phoenix Games and stuff was the Peter Pan version only used one voice actor. So throughout the entire time, I listened to this person going like, "Ah, yes, there's a Bishma, a famous scientist. Have you heard of him? No, I have not. Where is my coat? Have you seen it? No, I haven't." Like just that. While there's like an establishing shot, and the two Mr. and Mrs. Darling sound exactly the same with each other, and then every single character from that point onwards, even like the Pelicans. Hello, Peter. So yeah, it happens. At least then you have. I'd see when the animation was in sync, which was not all the time. You could just tell who was speaking. But this is what I think of. I think of that panning shot where it's not clear if it's like Mr. or Mrs. Darling speaking. That's what this reminds me of. That was a long tangent, but okay. Hold on. I'll start. What are you looking at? Oh, it's the camera in the sky. You think, okay. Hey, that's my line. All right, I'll start doing yours. Insert accurate impression here. I don't know. Anyway.
Something. Sounds good to me.
God love. Yeah, who was speaking there? Why has the shot changed just to that part?
Okay.
Why do you have a
let's get
diamond
going. We want
sword?
to be back before dark.
Didn't even see them eat. Like the least we could have did is like had a shot where they both had sandwiches, and then cut to another shot where they didn't have sandwiches in their hands or something, or carrots or something. I don't know. Whatever you have available.
Play the Minecraft stock sound effect of eating, and you know.
Like what's the point of being like, oh yeah, let's take a break after literally walking like 10 feet. Let's take a break, guys, because I'm hungry, and then also proceeds to like. Be like, okay, we ate, now let's go. It's like, dang. This is so poorly executed.
We don't want to get lost. You know?
We don't want to get lost.
Okay.
You walk
the
10
word
feet!
Another thing that happens a lot in Phoenix Games stuff, especially Dingo Pictures movies, is that Dingo Pictures are a German company, and so everything they produced was originally in German. So their dubs
Yes,
are even worse. But the thing is, they don't bother to like sync things up or like have voice actors try and, like match lip. That's because a lot of them barely speak the languages in the first place that they're translating into. So sometimes those be like, oh yes, there's something that's happening now. Right? Next scene.
This is bad.
Again, it feels like, I guess, okay,
Stop masking the criticisms with, well, back in my day.
No.
I
I'm
made
thinking that
this is stuff like
this
that.
is why I'm thinking this is pre-recorded. I mean, but back in the day I was worse. No, but I'm saying that for this, it being pre-recorded, and it also came back to bite them because again, the video was not trimmed down. So I'm guessing that original clip was probably too short, and therefore it needed like another one or to match the rest of that line, or maybe that was like them trying to get up or something. And then this one, you realize, okay, I spoke too fast. Now I don't have time to actually get over. That's why the cameras doesn't cut. I feel like whether editing software is being used at this point did not have a good trimming feature, or iPodGirl did not know how to use it. So yeah, this wasn't me trying to master criticism now. This is me actually trying to go into more detail about it.
We're not gonna get lost, Joe Weenie. Besides, I got my trusty sword here if we run into trouble. How is that gonna help us find our way back if we get lost? It's not, but it'll help us with not starving to death.
My sword shows me the path.
My question is, where did you get the sword from? Like,
probably already had it.
where?
It's like
when?
It's like asking where did they get the tent from, or the fire, or the phones they have, or the clothes they're wearing.
To be fair, the tent and fire was already set up when the video started, and technically they slept in their clothes. So
I mean, I guess it might have been a bit clunky if they like everything that they actually have on their person they had to show beforehand. But yeah. Also, that sword is that sword is officially making me think of Chekhov's gun right now. So by the laws of Chekhov's gun, that sword will need to be swung at something by the end of this video.
Just watching not be swung at anything.
Come on, at least the cow. Come on.
Oh god.
No!
What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? Stop.
What are we gonna do? Hey,
how you get lost? You walked 10 feet away. The least you could have did.
Passage of time. It's night now. They must have walked further, Aiden.
Fine, but I kind of got to see them walking more because the walking shot wasn't very long.
What's this? Rings? We have to see them walk the entire time.
Yeah, but if the plot point's gonna be we get lost, I would like to add more walking shots for believability's sake, where it's like, okay, here are several miscellaneous walking shots and passing many trees and stuff like that. And even if you're still filming the same general area, us as an audience is going to get kind of lost with all the shots and all the fading and like all the multiple cuts. And we're going to be like, oh no, I don't know the exact way to go because it's going to put us in their shoes. Versus like this, we kind of know where they went, or at least initially. Therefore, it feels less earned. It's like, oh no, we're lost. Like, come on. Again, I'm saying if you're going to make it a plot point. If it's not going to be a plot point, fine. But if it's going to be a massive plot point, you gotta do it better. Now stop excusing this whole video.
We're gonna find shelter somewhere. I promise, we'll be fine. We just wandered a little further than we should have. We'll find a way back in the morning when it's bright out. Ella, I got a bad feeling about this, Ella. Something seems off about these woods. You are just over. Okay, that was a little creepy.
What was? There's no sound.
See?
What do you mean? No, Jacob. They just don't know what they're doing. It's 2016, Jacob. We can't say anything. I mean, they have limited abilities, you know. Everything's limited, you know. It's only one person. It's fine, Jacob. It's okay. It's okay. It's better than when you started, so it's okay.
You know, I find it deeply intriguing that some of the time when I use the exact same method of criticism that I do for every single video on certain videos, Aiden picks up on it more so than others. Like I dissect and nitpick the videos I consider to be great, and that's fine most part. I do it with the music freaks. Aiden says I'm being too harsh. I try to be fair and balanced and try to see like a logical solution to why certain issues might have arisen in other videos while I'm still putting out the negative stuff that I can find in a gacha video. I do it to the first microphone that comes around. Aiden has an issue.
Nah, listen, you are being too soft on this thing. I'm just saying the fact that you literally led with talking about your previous experiences in Minecraft roleplays, which gives the vibe of that, oh, back in my day, oh man, when things were simpler, it's like, Jacob,
I did that like twice, if that.
Listen, I'm just saying.
Most of everything else that I've said.
I'm just
so far
saying
is,
this
like,
is
how
bad,
to
and
do
then
things.
you like criticize the whole walking thing. Like, Aiden, you can't criticize the fact that they wrote walking into the script, even though they have a very hard time showing walking. You can't criticize them for actively writing in plot points and ideas that they're gonna actively struggle to show. What do you mean? That's a smart writing decision.
That would be hypocritical if I did that. Remember, this is the thing that you criticize me for a lot.
Yes.
Is like setting myself up those issues. And
You
what
do
I
set yourself up for
I
failure.
find solutions. I find solutions to those problems, and I
this
work
person
through them.
ain't finding the best of solutions, okay?
They're not the best of them, but they did find a solution, which happened to be one of the ones that I suggested.
Listen, I'm just saying, just saying, like, you go easy on it, then you do a harsh criticism, and I'm just pointing out
I'm being exactly as easy as I am on like other videos. It just stands out more for some reason.
Nah, this is just bad. This is bad.
Okay, see, now you're being more harsh than usual, just going, this is just bad. You don't do that for gacha videos.
Oh, no, for gacha videos, no, a lot of them are just bad, but in that case, you're actively saying it's just bad at multiple times. You're like, oh, no, this is terrible. And plus, I'm willing to give the less benefit of the doubt. You give too much the benefit of the doubt sometimes, okay? You're like, oh, I'm sure they didn't mean that line like that. It's like, yes, they did. Again, I'm sure that visual is. I'm sure this story's going in a great direction. Never mind, it's not.
Listen, the reason that I do that is because imagine you just have some random person going through the cringe that you have made over the years that you might not be proud of, you might be, just doesn't, depends on the situation, and they're just saying that everything is bad and not considering at least
I don't say
some
everything's
options
bad,
as to how.
But this video,
not considering like some options as to why things might have happened. Some things that would have been like understandable errors versus actual negligence. And so, or stuff that could have been picked up in post-production or actually improved. I try to, and especially because like the way we do these videos, a lot of the time we like exaggerate our reactions and for the cameras and actually try give like a bigger spectacle for the audience. So for me, it's important to like try and find like a balance between those things and not. And if I can think of something in my head as to why something might have happened, I'll say it because I'm not just going to be like, okay, that's not going to be entertaining. Trim that out. Who cares if the person who watches this actually finds it and, I'm not giving them a fair shot. Like, I want to at least be fair with people, even if I am tearing their work to shreds.
Listen, I don't think this is a great video. Do you like the video?
That's fine. I find it to be average.
Average? Oh God! If this is average, what is not average?
Me in the same year.
Okay, well, if you're saying average in 2016, maybe, but I don't know. If we're talking for 2016, but Minecraft roleplay wise, this is not average.
I guess we could say that they got scared of me opening my Pop-Tart because it was very loud, and the mic was picking it up when they said, "Oh, I'm scared." I was like,
I hate it. I was like, "Oh, I'm scared." What do you mean? What are you scared of? We saw nothing. How the audience member we're supposed to be scared if we don't even see what you're looking at? Even if you picked up some random.
Yeah, Bob made a whole joke about that in chat, and I skipped over it.
Yeah,
it is. Secret. Tell me over.
Yeah, listen, okay. And again, you could just play some Minecraft mob and record them. Be like, oh no, look, it's a creeper. There.
That was what I did. That was
There,
again,
that
if I-
there. Like
if
how
I showed you how terrible Fortress Pascal was.
Oh no, I don't like a lot of your especially original Minecraft roleplays. I honestly think they're kind of trash.
Gomina Viejo. Yeah.
Like
There you go.
I mean, I even think parts of Fortress, not Fortress Pascal, Cernica North
That's Nicholas.
is
You told me
cringe.
that the like don't like that everything is mostly kept in and like the and like don't think the
Everything's kept in,
Yeah.
and several episodes just have you preparing, which is just you playing in the game and doing very little character work, very little plot progression, very little, basically everything. And I don't like that kind of storytelling, because if you're bouncing off multiple people and multiple characters we're talking, maybe it would work. But with you pretty much just talking to yourself for a whole episode while you prepare to like go in the nether or whatever, it's like boring.
Yeah, if we get around to doing season 2, I will just get BB on as Squire Banquo the whole time.
Yeah, at least
Plus
having
other
someone
characters too.
there. Yeah, at least having someone else there would make it more interesting than just, oh yes, today I'm basically just playing Minecraft mildly in character. I'm so different. I'm so quirky. My amazing story-driven Minecraft roleplay that has.
I would have
a lot
said
of
that was the
plot.
opposite, different and quirky. That's how Minecraft roleplay started.
Yeah. Okay. Technically, but I don't like that
Yeah,
kind of Minecraft
the whole
roleplay.
series is like an homage to Paul Source Jr. So I understand that that's not the kind of thing you like, which is fine. I understand that, and I know
I
exactly
hate
the
the
reason
original
why.
Minecraft Diaries as well. Or like not all of it, but I hate the early bits of Diaries. God, that's so
Mm.
early
Ah, yes, but
Diaries.
I'm
that's
just
before it
listening to
the same way.
this.
Early
Yeah.
Diaries isn't that great, even from a character front. Like it takes we only get 1 or 2 character bits in very early episodes of Diaries. Maybe we get like a brief little like NPC talk between Aphmau and Gareth, but that's the most we get, and it's
Oh, Aphmau and Evelyn.
boring. Yeah. Well, even then, Aphmau and Evelyn, like the whole thing with them is, I'm pretty sure she was just a random NPC with the whole friendship mechanic, but Aphmau kept messing up with her.
Exactly,
So
and therefore that entered into part of her personality and perception for the audience. The character
No.
gains sentience and agency the same way.
yeah,
it's the
but when
Paul
I'm
Soares Jr.
referencing the whole Gareth thing, I mean, I'm literally being like, the Gareth dialogue was written like
Oh yeah, because Gareth
full
was
on.
most of the time was always a custom NPC.
Yeah,
Right.
his dialogue was actually canonically written, and Aphmau actually just sat down and like typed it out and stuff like that. Versus in the case of Evelyn, am I saying that right? Emmeline. Ah, why am I missing them?
It's because
Emmeline.
Evelyn's a Mrs. Dysart character. We've just been
Yeah.
realizing that.
Yeah, but in the case of Emmeline and like that was just a random NPC that she's bantering with, which can work sometimes, but not really. I mean, plus I feel like Aphmau just didn't. I feel like even I just feel like a Diaries.
I did the
Aphmau
exact
also-
same thing with like Sinicalos family. I love how like when she was like baby Silas because I clicked on a button and didn't know what the word procreate meant.
What?
So the baby was born on screen. See, NPC interactions can sometimes be funny, and I had to pretend. Oh, okay. There's a child in my hands now.
Oh my god.
Oh my goodness.
You didn't know what that meant?
No.
What'd you think
first
that
time I heard the word.
meant?
I didn't, which is why I clicked the button to find out.
Oh god. Imagine telling baby Silas that, and the day you were born, I misclicked the button, and bam, you were born. I didn't know what that meant. God, gives me vibes when Goku, with like how Goku probably had like Goten. Just like, how do I do this? What am I doing? I'm confused.
I mean, he thought moved, so yeah, same idea.
He's just like, what is this? Okay, so I gotta do what? Oh, okay. Oh, hey, Chi-Chi. Why you look different? It's like you're pregnant. What's that mean?
Yeah, there's actually a Team 4-Star joke where Chi-Chi actually says that Goku thought she was hiding Cinnabons in her robes the whole time.
Dang! Oh my god, he would think
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, there you go. See, you roll with something and you work it in. So yeah,
I mean,
it doesn't work all the time, but occasionally you get some moments of magic. Like for example, the Squire from Tale of Kingdoms and by Paul Soares Jr., who was nicknamed Beans because you just like you would hear like the goat sounds occasionally around him as he was following Sir Punchwood around, and so the goats sound like fart noises. So as a memoir to Paul's own son and his nickname from the baseball team, he was nicknamed Squire Beans as a result.
Dang.
Yeah, see, they have moments. Obviously, like watching them back now, I do concede that they actually do drag in places, but not all places.
But I also think with those kind of Minecraft role plays, what ends up being a problem is the fact that no one really has a proper character arc or like a narrative around them.
Depends on the role play. Sometimes they do.
Well, sometimes, but like especially when you're just interacting with NPCs and just going with the flow, you don't really have a proper character arc where it's like, oh yes, this person's personality completely changed and they grew as a person. It's like, no. They may like you slightly more, or they may hate you, but it's not like they changed.
Old Minecraft are a cross between the role plays we know now and Let's Plays, where of course we're following the YouTuber along playing the game. You wouldn't expect to have a character arc, but just meant to have a motivation, and that's the difference. So Punchwood and Snake, as inspired, were motivated to become king in order to actually defeat the Refugees in both their cases. Good Mage as well wanted to, though he didn't actually have like a clear goal of trying to master magic, but he was like traveling the world in order to figure that out. And eventually a path did manifest itself, and hints towards like the original Tale of Kingdoms series started to appear when Paul started using the written books in order to actually guide him in certain places.
On the topic of storytelling and what character traits there are, Adam in Fallen Angels seems very round. His character trait changes slightly ever more. I see him.
How so?
Really? I mean, yes, of course.
I mean, no, I'm just asking. Like, I mean, personal analysis. You know, look, I think analysis is cool. I love doing analysis.
That's why we're here. So yeah, I guess I do too.
Yeah. I mean, at the start, Adam was more. Well, he wasn't necessarily as protective as he is in season 2, but he was more outgoing and more jolly, and then season 2 rolls around and he's a lot more
traumatized,
protective to say, because Alana was captured in season 2. Yes, drama. What's going on at my school right now?
Ooh, fun.
Yeah. Also, the other thing about him is he's had to like learn to think things through, like be much less impulsive, because the whole situation here started with him in a spur of the moment making a decision to take extreme matters into his own hands and then just become a fugitive and set the entire age of society upside down almost single-handedly.
Listen, someone had to do it. If it wasn't Adam, it probably would have been someone else.
Yeah, down the line, there's always going to be like that one person who wanted to join the Doubters, who was going to take it to some sort of extreme, and there you go. But not too far extreme. That's how you get Abraxas. Anyway,
yeah,
that was the goal. So yeah, with Gacha, obviously, because there's with those videos being like fully scripted out in that way, or any Minecraft videos that end up becoming scripted and more cinematic, you do kind of expect that journey and progression to actually occur. And that is why Minecraft roleplays have evolved in the way that they have, and why the ones that are in this style do tend to perform better. Yeah, so Snake was more of an exciting nostalgia more than anything else, and the other ones.
But returning to this video, there's one thing I need to say. But like honestly, this video just seems like it's a chain of random events, and that's what really frustrates me. Like, okay, like
that's like the full story for the series. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but even this episode itself, like each motion to this episode just feels like the characters are just getting a random spur of the moment idea, or just saying random stuff like, "Oh, they're sitting at the campfire," and tell very short, scary stories that aren't even really scary. But okay, that's fine. But then, then Ella says, "Oh, I'm gonna go look around." We don't actually see her look around. We don't even see her get up, or we don't even see a shot where she's gone. Whatever, we just kind of moved past that. So she just said a random non sequitur where she allegedly was going to get up and move around, but she didn't. Okay, that's fine. Everything's fine. The story can pick up from now. Don't worry. They're going to go hiking late at night. Oh, wait. No. The creator decided not to have them go hiking at night randomly, so they didn't go hiking, even though they didn't specify why they didn't go hiking. They just said, "Oh, let's go
I
hiking."
think
Never mind, let's
they've
not go
gotten lost in
hiking.
the nights like they are now.
Yeah, but then they're like, "Oh no, but let's still go hiking." So then they're like, "Let's go to bed." But then allegedly, Kat wakes up in the middle of the night. But turns out she didn't wake up in the middle of the night. She just had a nightmare where there was some monster that we didn't see was near their campsite, which was weird. So okay, maybe this monster's being built up. Maybe it's all about her fears or something. So the next morning, they go hiking, and then they barely walk anywhere. They barely walk anywhere, and we barely see. But then they get lost, and now it's nighttime. What happens next? It doesn't really feel like a story. It just feels like a random kabobble of events that have barely any connection to each other besides characters saying, "Let's go do this. Let's go do that." Like, okay, but what are
It
they
feels
gonna
like early disco pops, original disco pops.
It
like?
it
They're
feels like
like, God, it's just poorly written, and again, the visuals don't make up for it. So it's not even like a poorly written story with great visuals. It's poor visuals with a poor story that isn't even really a story. It's just a bunch of random scenes and random events that are happening that are mildly camping related. Like, and I think it could somewhat work. Maybe if you build up a arc about Kat being scared, maybe like Kat's a very sheepish person in the beginning of the story, and then she mentions her constant nightmares, and like maybe she's nervous to go hiking, not because she's lazy or doesn't want to move, no, but because she just is kind of scared of the woods. But thanks to Ellie, they get up and go hiking, get lost. So Kat's worst fear happens, and she's scared of monsters. She's scared of everything. But thanks to her bravery, she helps her and her sister get back to there, or maybe fights off a monster or something. I don't know. At least that's a better
That's why it
narrative.
goes like in the cursed version.
Yeah, even if it had this this current visual quality, that would be fine. But that's at least a more subsequent story than this, because it just feels like random events, and they're just jumping from event to event, being like, "Oh, let's do this, let's do that." It just isn't well written, and I don't know. It's bad.
it feels a little bit like Dan TDM's early Minecraft roleplay videos with Dr. Treoris.
I mean, those are
where-
wrapped in with the concept of mod showcases.
Yeah, I was gonna say they're mod showcases.
Yes.
They have
Those are mod
a
showcases with
different
minor
purpose.
roleplay elements or minor characterization elements.
Yes, and
So I mean,
they
those
never-
don't really need that heavy of a framing device. They just need they just use the brief setup for a framing device. Like Craig comes by and maybe gives him like something, or Dr. Treoris makes something. It's like, "Dr. Treoris, what is this?" And yeah, bam,
Yeah.
set up.
Yeah, or in the case of Sky and the Squid, also mod showcases. The opposite, there's an antagonistic force that is derailing the setup for the mod showcases rather than someone
Yeah.
helping you out. But yeah, there you go.
Dr. Treoris, why'd you make a full course dinner?
Yeah, but this video would have greatly benefited from a more streamlined narrative, maybe with a character arc, or maybe a more coherent storyline, or like
Yeah, as far as episode ones go, the episode one of anything is supposed to like set up the main characters and also introduce like the premise of what the story is going to be from this point onwards. And I don't guess what I've seen of the thumbnails of the rest of the episodes in the playlist, they will not be in the forest for long. They'll stay here for episode 2, but I think from that point they're going to return eventually. So yeah, something else will happen at this point.
I mean, but isn't it kind of weird to start your series off with a camping series? Though,
Not
to introduce your
necessarily.
characters? Because I feel like if you were going to start your characters off with a camping storyline, personally, what I would have did is I would have started the episode with a normal with a scene where they're packing up to go, and they may say goodbye to their mom or something, and they drive off, and that's where I would start it, at least to establish some normalcy before we break it immediately.
I mean, I think it's already implied that this is not their normal, considering that they're 2 teenagers with a tent in the middle of the woods. That doesn't seem like they're normal for most people, especially.
I just kind of wish
with these outfits. They're definitely city people.
But I feel like if we're gonna start if you're gonna start off a series in general, it's best to start with the status quo before you break the status quo permanently. If you're gonna do that and have a new status quo, or
Oh yeah, that's the
start
hero's
with a
journey right there.
or start a status quo, and then eventually go into maybe a side tangent or a temporary change status quo before you go back to the main status quo. You know, because like when you start with a different status quo than the main series, when you go to the actual status quo that the series stays on for the duration of its run, then it's like, okay, but why did we start off with that random non sequitur?
Yeah, what you're describing
Yeah,
there is basically the hero's journey. You know, give or take a few details.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had to leave the stream early, but I'm gonna leave before 8, so I actually have some time to talk to some people that get off early.
I don't know your time zone, so that means nothing to me.
It's 8 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, 8 minutes. It's EST time zone, as you said in the
All right.
So
I default to saying EST for people because they understand that more so than they do for GMT or BST. But yeah,
I don't understand GMT.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I'll see y'all tomorrow, bro. Actually, no, tomorrow I'm babysitting, so I'll see y'all sometime down the road.
Fair enough. By the way, KW has promised to review Running With You, Aiden's other the gacha series that well, one of the other gacha series, I suppose. Ones that started it all, if anything. So maybe you two should coordinate for that. Back to the old duo.
Oh, yep. Yeah, maybe. Anyways, I'll see you around. See ya.
Okay.
Bye.
Thank you for joining. Bye.
Bye.
All right.
Do you want to send a KW inside?
I mean, is she still here?
I don't know.
I'll send the link. I'll send the link.
Yeah. Okay, let's get playing.
Yeah. Once I actually do send the link, I need to actually go into Discord.
Oh my god,
and
you're
there we
so
go.
slow.
Okay.
Is your old age affecting you?
Whatever.
Only when I make dinner.
I've seen this place before. Oh god, Ella, we can't sleep here. We need to leave now.
Oh wait,
I do hear a sound.
Yeah, they had background noise this whole time. It was like crickets and stuff, you know.
Well, yeah, okay, they have that, but I mean, like, I hear like a dum, dum.
Oh my god!
Like that.
Wait a second. You've seen this place before?
Not anymore.
I had a
it's gone
nightmare last night.
No, it's back.
We were in these woods, hiking.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
All the woods look the same.
Once again, come back to the voice acting. If you think something is here, whisper, and also probably like give like a little bit more of a fear to what you're doing as well.
In my dream, we got lost and crashed here for the night, and what? Something happened.
Hold on, is that
what happened?
That's an enter key. That's an enter key. There's like how is this structured? Because it seems like the enter key was like really loudly every time there's like a jump cut. So not a jump cut. I mean, it's just a cut.
Wait, no, I think I know what happened. Okay, so
that's the trigger button, like a keyboard shortcut.
Yeah,
for the next
I think they're using something like OBS, and you can do a keyboard shortcut when to start and stop recording. So I think they're not cutting it properly because I think it's being recorded all. The audio itself must be recorded all at once, or they don't know how to mute video. So when they're clicking clicking the button, when you're changing shots, they're like click, click, and you hear that 1 second of sound before shot.
That explains the hesitation at the start of like the frames at the beginning of the episode, because that you were just ensuring that wasn't going to go down. It's 5, 4, 3, 2. You don't want to hear someone say 1, so you start at that point and then like wait for a moment and then you go. Yeah, that makes way more sense now.
What happened?
I can never unhear.
I don't know. As soon as
it wasn't there before, so I think it's because like now the shots are supposed to get getting much faster, which again also implies that this is not going to be put through an editing software much at all. It's going to be one OBS recording and Big
Well,
Bang
it
Theory
would
post.
it could probably be multiple ones, but instead of trimming the OBS recordings, you just drag them into editing software and just roll with it.
Yeah, but then if you have an editing
Yeah.
software, you can edit out the clicks.
Well, yeah, but there's no OBS where you start and stop recording, or maybe you can. Is that a thing?
You can start and stop, and also you can pause.
Can you pause? I never knew that you could do that.
I'm fairly certain. It's been a while. I think I haven't used OBS since
I haven't
we
used
last
it.
recorded.
I mean, I
think
use
we last
OBS.
recorded Drama Club. I've used it since we last did a Minecraft roleplay, fittingly.
Because it touched you.
We need Drama Club episode 3, by the way.
What touched you?
I
What?
woke up. It? What is it? Ella, run!
No!
Oh, see,
Oh my
finally!
God.
Finally, we actually get to see what the monster looks like. Like, Jesus, we didn't get to see what the monster looks like.
That's what it's like to be continued screen.
That's terrible. Moral of the story: this is very.
It's weird how, like, yeah, Minecraft has actual monsters. I would just use one of those in there. I made an excuse for why they exist in Fortress Pascal. Why not?
Wait, why do they exist in more 4Ds Pascal?
A lot of them were actually that were from the actual mod pack, so they already had exclusives, but also like everything that was out to get him, like the monsters were actually like the ranks that were underneath the general, who wasn't actually.
So what, the Wrath of Kills made like creepers, skeletons, and zombies?
More like they recruited them.
Jacob, we're in the Butterverse. We need to actually explain the existence of them.
Well, very well. Then we can come up with something that isn't a spur of the moment thing that I'm going to say immediately.
Okay, we need to
Otherwise,
talk
it's
about
gonna
that
be
later because that's always
situation.
that's always one thing I found weird. I'm like, how do like stuff like creepers and stuff existed?
Yeah, because we also have like but I mean,
I have okay. Can I say a few speculations that aren't canon but could be canon?
okay, yeah, go ahead.
Okay, creepers are mutated with some sort of radioactive gunpowder, like maybe some sort of creature mutated with radioactive gunpowder due to like radiation.
They come from the plant. They come from the plant peat, like Matt Pat said.
I don't know, and then like I don't know, like maybe skeletons are like magically enchanted bones that are given sentience just to attack things.
I was going to suggest more, the fall of the reanimated remains of people who came before.
But maybe. I don't know.
Which I guess also applies to zombies.
Yeah, I mean it could have been like maybe some sort of mystical explosion happened that reanimated a bunch of dead corpses.
I don't know about an explosion doing that, but certainly some sort of spell. Repeated use of it. Anyway, yeah, so see, this is the kind of thing. But yeah, we need to like obviously line out the details. Obviously, we haven't talked about some like the major events that might like trigger that to happen. We've stated that something does actually occur in order to like separate the frames of time. But yeah, again, we can go over that. Not to mention, we did just debut a show that takes place after that stuff. So yeah. All right. Okay, so final thoughts on this video for now.
It kind of meandered.
It did, much like the characters, I suppose.
It meandered too much for my liking. Like, I mean, honestly, I feel like something like this video could have been easily 3 minutes if they wanted to, if they just trimmed it down massively. Or cut a bunch of the pointless dialogue and cut off the point like the major plot beats you need to be is like the two girls are camping, the girls go to bed. A cat has a nightmare where something gets Ella, right? She wakes up. Ella forces her to go hiking. They get lost. The thing comes by, making the dream start to happen in reality.
Yeah. Again, I think that the other thing we need is, of course, the way they interact as characters. I'm not entirely sure.
Well, I mean, that's just from a plot point standpoint. Like, obviously, you'd inject characterization in between each of those plot points. But if we're talking about plot point wise,
yeah, I think that's what would like increase the runtime to what it essentially is. The two of them interacting with each other,
and like have
a
lot
about phone and Mindstagram is not technically essential, but it adds a lot to Kat's characterization and Ella's exasperation with her return, solidifying their dynamic a lot more.
Yeah, I feel like a lot more could have done in the characterization department, especially, or something. I feel like that would have improved it, you know. And a lot less non sequiturs, because I don't know, because like again, like I said, there was like a lot of random non sequiturs in the video itself, where it's like, or like early on in the video, the Ella's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go get something, but we never saw her leave or come back. Therefore, that just felt like a pointless line and a pointless moment, you know. And like other stuff, like when they like instead of like having them stop for lunch, which we didn't even see them eat or see them have food in their hands or see anything food related, I think it would have been better if you just replaced that whole segment with just random miscellaneous shots in the walking and from different angles in different parts of the woods, just so when they get lost it feels more like us as an audience are also lost because we don't know exactly where they went. And unlike with the way they presented it, where we actually know exactly where they went by seeing the camera go exactly where, which wasn't very far.
Yeah, I mean the major thing of course is, you know, getting something sort of software that will allow you to help out with some of these issues, possibly reframing a few of the shots that they're done in Minecraft at the moment, adding some sound effects, stuff like that. Obviously, I can't really, like, you know, it's a bit hypocritical of me to like say that as far as post-production goes, and I know that is essentially what iPodGirl will go on to do anyway, because we've seen Cursed. But yeah, if I were talking to 2016 iPodGirl as 2023 Jacob, that's what I would say. And also that, again, like I said before, for an episode one of anything for me needs to do like a few things. Again, set up that the main characters, the dynamics are going on, what the conflict is going to be, and a sort of a sense of direction, like where the series is going to go, and also a status quo. And this one had about half of those things I just mentioned, and that's why it feels mediocre by comparison. Which is why I also said that this video was average. Definitely not the worst, but average.
I mean, I think the thing we reviewed yesterday was a lot worse.
Oh yeah, well for sure, absolutely. Yeah,
you're like, was it? Like,
no, it's like I had to remember for a second. I blocked it.
Yeah, valid. Yeah. I would block it too. I mean, I kind of blocked it too. I blocked out most of the details. I'm gonna be honest. I blocked a lot of the details.
Yeah, just watch Beauty is Pain. Definitely the better option.
You can't even watch Beauty is Pain.
Someone's watched one of the new versions of Beauty is Pain, or my video on Beauty is Pain.
Oh god, speaking of Beauty is Pain, I want to sit down and write that with you one day. I am off tomorrow. We should call.
Yeah, we did say we're gonna write more people above, because we never got around to doing
that.
Oh
yeah, we got to.
Yeah, because it took me a while to, you know, get source on the myth in question that we're going to be talking about in that video. But yeah, I'm done with that now. So from this point onwards, you can wrap up that episode and then very easily, and off we go. Also, KW, we were clearly talking about it while you like came on the stream. So, but yeah, we've finished watching it now, and I guess that final thoughts are done. So yeah, it is time to sign off.
Okay, until next time.
Yes, please be sure to leave a like or dislike because your opinion matters. As I don't know already. And yes, on that note, until next time.